and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Today our topic is, can I become a citizen if I didn't pay my taxes? And so thank you so much for being here, whether you're tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Thank you for being here. My name is Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., and we are starting the Empowered Immigrant Live. And the Empowered Immigrant Live is where we train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration laws and to make the most out of their lives. And today our theme is, can I become a citizen if I didn't pay my taxes? And my question, as always, is, hey, do you want to apply for citizenship this year? Do you want to apply for your green card this year? Do you want to at least see what your immigration options are this year? Because if so, I'd love to help you with that, all right? I'd love to help you with that. I encourage you to go for it. My firm is on a mission to win 10,000 immigration cases in the next 10 years. We would love for your case to be one of them, all right? As I jump into our topic today, which is on the topic of citizenship, as I'm talking, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me your questions. Just type them in to the chat on whatever platform you're on. I'll do my best to answer them right here, right now, live, okay? And if you want to discuss your case in a more private setting, just let us know. We can schedule that as well, all right? So, one of the most fun things that immigration lawyers get to do is we get to help create new citizens. All right, our office has a citizenship interview later this afternoon. We often have them, and our office is seeing that citizenship cases are moving along quickly right now. And so if you have a green card, if you've had it for more than 5 years, if you'd like to at least explore what your options are for citizenship, hey, we'd love to help you do that. We'd love to help you with any immigration situation you might be facing. Please feel free to reach out and we can see how we can do that. So let's talk about citizenship generally, and then we'll talk about this question of taxes. The question is, who is eligible to naturalize? All right? And let me go through the main requirements as I've been doing in the last couple of episodes. So just really quickly, who's eligible to naturalize? First requirement is you have to have had your green card for 5 years, or there's a way to apply after 3 years if you're living in marital union with a U.S. citizen spouse. All right? So 5 years or 3 years, depending on your situation, with a green card. The green card has to have been lawfully gotten. You have to be over 18. Fourth requirement is you must be a person of quote-unquote good moral character. All right. Number 5 is all the physical presence requirements. Basically, don't leave the U.S. for any period longer than 6 months. Otherwise, it might cause a disruption to your physical presence period. All right. Requirement number 6 is you have to take and pass basic English. There are some exceptions to that. Number 7, you have to take and pass a test in civics and history of the United States. Study up for those questions. You know, name 3 states that border Canada. Can you do it? How many senators are there? And name your senator. Can you do it? You know, those are some of the test questions. What is the United States Constitution? Oh, well, it's the supreme law of the land. It forms the basics of the government of the United States. And the final requirement is you have to be willing to swear loyalty to the United States. Those are the legal requirements to satisfy each one of those. And each one of those could form a basis of a lecture or a conversation or at least a training video. And we're going through them. So today, and one of the most sticky questions is the question of quote-unquote good moral character, which is requirement 4. That's really what we're talking about when we're asking the question of, can I become a citizen if I didn't pay my taxes? All right? So let's talk about that, and let's answer that question fully. And if you have questions about that or about anything else, feel free to just let me know. All right? So the question, can I become a citizen if I didn't pay my taxes? The answer is, ready for it? The answer is, it depends. It depends. The first thing to know is, did you even need to pay your taxes? For example, if your income is less than the standard deductions based on your age, based on the filing year, etc., you might not have even had to file taxes in the U.S. So not everyone has to file. Talk to your accountant if you have any doubts about that. I think it was like $13,000 for the year last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't quote me on it. Sorry, don't quote me on it. I'm not a CPA. I am not a tax accountant. So talk to your tax accountant if you have any doubts as to whether or not you even made the threshold requirement to even need to pay your taxes. Okay? If you didn't need to pay taxes, then the fact that you didn't pay them doesn't cause any problem at all against your quote-unquote good moral character analysis. All right? But to show that you meet the good moral character requirement, immigration will ask whether or not you're paying what you legally owe in taxes. All right? And so that's the question. Like, did you legally owe the government something? They'll also ask you whether or not you're paying what you legally owe in other things. Court-ordered alimony or child support, for example. All right? And so if you're behind or delinquent on taxes or on any court-ordered, government-ordered payments, it can be a problem for the good moral character analysis. You got to know it. All right? You got to know it. So lawyer, what do I do? Well, sometimes the best advice is contact your CPA and your tax accountant. If you have tax liability, if you are in debt or behind on your taxes, right? If you missed this year and last year, and you've got a tax bill that you need to deal with, and if you want to become a citizen, the way to do this is contact your CPA, contact your tax accountant, and often the way to do this is to create what we call an offer in compromise, so that you're offering to settle any outstanding tax liability, and you're doing this formally, right? Have your CPA help you with this. And then you're creating a payment plan to pay off what you owe. Okay? So to become a citizen, do you have to be debt-free? Do you have to be tax debt-free for citizenship? No, you don't have to. What you have to show is that you're making good faith, honest efforts in repaying what you owe to the IRS. I like to show at least 3. It's even better if you've got 6 months of making good payments, paying down what you owe to the IRS even before filing. And then, of course, while your citizenship case is pending, you want to be consistently meeting those tax payments because you don't want that to become an issue at your interview. Okay? That's it for taxes. So, lawyer, I've got a question. What about credit card debts? What about other debts? Does the good moral character analysis require me to be good on all my other debts? Good question. For citizenship, it does not matter if you have credit card debt. What if I filed bankruptcy in the past? Can I become a citizen? Yes, you can. What if debt collectors are calling me all the time? Can I still become a citizen? Yes, you can. All right? Credit cards and personal debt with private companies. Credit cards are not the government. Everybody clear on that? They are a company. All right? They are not the federal government. All right? There's no court order to pay your credit card debt. Okay, there's no like public policy issue at play here. Okay? And so credit cards, personal debt with private companies do not affect your quote unquote good moral character analysis for citizenship purposes at all. Okay? Does that help? I hope that's helpful. Sometimes these questions come up. Somebody's afraid to file for citizenship because they've got financial challenges, you know? I mean, yeah. Don't let that get in the way of you becoming a citizen if that's what you want to do and if that's what's going to move your life forward, right? You have the right to become a citizen if you meet the other eligibility requirements, and talk to a lawyer. We can help you with that. So, you know, the benefits of citizenship are enormous, right? You can work any job. You can take advantage of U.S. embassies and consulates while you're traveling abroad. You can never be deported. You never have to worry about immigration law really ever again for the rest of your life. You can leave the U.S. for unlimited periods of time and still return. Show your U.S. passport. They'll welcome you in, right? You can petition for your spouse, for your parents, for your fiancé, for your siblings. You can vote. Did I mention you can vote? You can vote. And I hope you do vote. The benefits of citizenship are enormous. You know, and if my office can help you with that process in any way, we'd love to do that. We're just a phone call away. Just give us a call. We'd love to schedule a consultation and help you, walk you through that process. So that's my spiel about citizenship and taxes. Hope it's useful. Hope it's helpful. If anybody's got questions, Alec B., good morning to you. Great to see you. If anybody out there has questions for me, please feel free to submit them. In the meantime, if this talk is useful at all, if it's helpful at all, please go to YouTube. All right, take a second. Take 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds. I bet you can do this in 30 seconds. Go to YouTube, type in Lander Home Immigration, hit enter, and then subscribe. Just hit that button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you do, you could also hit the notification bell, right, to receive a notification. That way you're staying in communication. That way you get notified whenever we upload an additional video with additional updates and news and things of that nature, so that you can stay informed on what's happening in the world of immigration law. All right? So there's that. I don't see that we've got any questions. Are there any questions out there? I don't see any, so that's not a problem. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let me share my empowerment tip today. I love being a student myself of empowerment, so I want to share an empowerment tip. My question for you is, when you face adversity, what do? Do you stop? Like, where in your life do you stop when you face adversity? And the question to think about is, have you ever made a decision to like change something, but then immediately faced adversity? And some people are in that situation. I decide to hire an immigration attorney. Yay! All right? But then I meet with my attorney, and my attorney needs me to gather some documents, or go renew my passport, or go call my family to ask them to write a few letters, or whatever it is. It's like adversity. There's stuff to do. So what do? You make the decision to get started, to make it happen, but then immediately you face adversity. What do? Do you stop, or do you push through? It's like when you make a decision to improve your life, adversity is always there. Adversity is life's way of testing you. Hey, do you really want this thing or don't you? Adversity is step 2. If you want to move your life forward, push through the adversity. Continue taking action through the adversity, and you'll achieve the life you want. Okay? That's it. That's my empowerment tip today. You know, it's like you want to start a business. Man, just even saying you want to start a business, all of the challenges come up instantly. How do you open a business bank account? Anyway, I'm making this about myself right now. You want to grow, you want to grow an award-winning, record-breaking immigration law firm that fights for the rights of immigrants? You're going to face adversity doing it. It's not easy, right? What do you do in the face of adversity? Do you stop? Push through it. Act through it. Decide through it. Go for the life you want. There you go. There you go. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got. So thank you all so much for being here. If you still have a question that I haven't answered, please still submit it. I can upload my answers to those questions in YouTube. So those that subscribe to our channel on YouTube, you'll see those. As always, if you have an immigration case, please give us a call. We're here to help. We would love to help. Alec B., I see your question here. Let me answer it, and then I'm going to wrap up. Just because you're such an awesome guy and you're such a consistent visitor on our channel, we will answer your question, Alec B. Thank you so much. So you have a question. If I am a U.S. citizen, if I travel to Mexico on vacation, will there be issues upon re-entering if there is taxes owed to the IRS? Is it a reason to delay your entry? Alec B., you are going to have a great vacation. Do not worry about it. They will have no questions for you. They do not run searches with the IRS or anything for U.S. citizens on re-entry. You're going to be just fine. Okay? I'm getting some other questions coming in now. So, Alec B., thank you so much for asking that question. I appreciate you. Riaz, I see your question here also. My case was dismissed. It was an asylum case. Can I now file an H-1B? Okay, well, that's interesting. That's interesting, If you have an employer who has sponsored you, if you've won the lottery for the H-1B, if you are if you're otherwise eligible for an H-1B, like go talk to an employment-based immigration lawyer, which I am not, all right? Go talk to an employment-based immigration lawyer. But hey, the good thing about when you have an asylum case pending, you're not accruing unlawful presence. The answer, Riaz, the answer is maybe. All right, maybe. Maybe you could do that. And if your asylum case was dismissed in court, you could also go back and file your asylum case in front of the asylum office, depending on the facts, all right? Depending on the factual background there. And sometimes that's wise. So you might want to talk to an asylum lawyer about it. That is me, all right? I'd love to help you navigate that process if you're in that situation. So anyway, but yeah, maybe for the H-1B, maybe for a reapplication for asylum, or maybe there are other options out there too. Feel free to give us a call. We could do a consultation and really get to the bottom of that. Okay? Test_bond_007. Very cool name. Your question is, can you use an I-212 waiver if someone on compelling circumstances accumulated 180 days before he found a new H-1B sponsor and now needs to go to his home country for stamping? Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Little bit, so an I-212 waiver. here's the problem. So if you've got more than 180 days of unlawful presence when you leave the U.S., you trigger a 3-year bar. All right? So the 212 waiver, you might not be talking about an I-212. An I-212 form is for waiving a deportation order, which it doesn't sound like you have, or waiving the permanent bar, which it doesn't sound like you have. So if you're going through a green card application, it would be the I-601 waiver, or you might be talking about I think it's a 212D14, 212DK, 212K waiver potentially. A little bit outside my wheelhouse for a non-immigrant waiver through the H-1B process. So Test Bond 007, thank you so much for asking that question. You should talk to an H-1B lawyer, all right, about your situation. Talk to an employment-based immigration attorney. I'd be happy to give you some referrals, but that is not me, all right? That is not what I do. My office fights for the rights of immigrants who are facing deportation, which, who have been undocumented, who have, challenges to their immigration status, which you do, all right? You've got some unlawful presence, it looks like, but I don't do H-1Bs. All right, just to be crystal clear about that. So talk to an employment-based immigration attorney, let them help you and let them guide you. All right. Cool. And Test Bond 007, I love your name, and thank you for being here, and thank you for asking that. Riaz, thank you as well. Alec B, thank you as always. Thank you so much. Everybody who's tuning in right now on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. My name's Otis Landerholm. I am the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. Test Bond 007, I see your question there. H-1B lawyers will have to work with a waiver attorney. They won't know. Find a different H-1B lawyer. There are great H-1B lawyers out there that do waivers all the time. All right? So keep looking. Keep looking. You'll find them. So, everybody out there, if I haven't answered your question, I still will. Send it over. I'll be happy to answer that question through video. We'll upload that to our YouTube channel. We'd be happy to do that. And as always, if you have an immigration case, please give us a call. We are here to help. We would love to help. My name's Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. Thank you all so much for joining in, and I'll see you next time on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.